Hello, and welcome to Social Policy and Program Planning. My name is Ms. Lisa Nolan, and I'm your instructor for this course. I'm going to take a little bit of time to show you around the course and talk about some of the assignments and the things that we'll be doing. Start by sharing my screen. Okay, so as you can see here, we're on the landing page of our course. Just moving my text bar down so I can see it clearly. Across the top here, you have in the blue navigation bar, you have your content, your activities, tools, grades, different, you can click on them and go to different areas. Nope, I didn't mean to yet. Sorry about that. Let me go back for a quick second. But before we start going across the top, I wanted to take a second just to show you a little bit about your landing page. Your announcements will appear here. This section down here is for any questions that you may have. Please feel free to ask. If you have a question, I'm sure others may too, and I can see it there and provide an answer. To the right, you'll see my contact information, my office cell phone, as well as my Google Voice number. Office hours are located there. We'll have office hours every Tuesday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and on Fridays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you need help, either on your group project or individually, please just send me an email and let me know that that's if you need some help. Or you can use this Calendly link here to schedule an appointment with me. Please ignore this class link here. I just noticed that that's on there and we don't have class, so you will not need that link. I will fix that shortly. Here we have this Brain Fusion. This is one-click access to some tutoring assistance should you need it. And then you'll see your calendar down here. Also, I want to point out, very important, there's some videos, some how-tos on how to do what my expectations are and what the course requires you to do for your vignettes, for your discussion boards, for your policy analysis brief. There's an introduction video and also a video specific to help you find research and scholarly articles to help you with that project, with that assignment. And then there is a video that talks about the group project that you'll be doing. So we're going to talk about all those briefly now, but I encourage you to watch the full videos so that you have a good understanding and can get the best grade possible, because that's what we want, right? Okay, so as we now dig into the content of the course, you'll see over here on the left, all of your modules show up. So here we start with the Getting Started, Mod 0. Some of the things that you will find in here will be this course introduction video, will be placed here, obviously for fall. There's a Meet Your Instructor page that tells you a little bit more about me and also how to contact me. We're going to take a look here at the syllabus. Okay. So this course is meant to review the nature of social policy and its historical development. Basic trends in social and human services are related to political and social development in the United States, and an overview is provided of policymaking and planning process. Now, a lot of people aren't as interested in social policy as maybe they are interviewing and counseling skills or some of the other core courses in the human service program. I just want to take a moment to kind of help solidify that policy is important, whether you're talking about agency policy, local, state policy, federal policy. Policies have a lot to do with funding our programs that we need the money to support the people that we're advocating for and we're serving. So social policy does have an impact on what we do. It may also have an impact on our pay. It may have an impact on the way society views the services that we provide. So while this may not seem as important as the one-on-one skills that you'll have with clients, it actually is very important also. And you will be doing evaluating throughout your career in human services, whether it's agency evaluation, whatever that looks like. So, and the reason you're evaluating is to compare if what your policies are they actually working or not. So believe it or not, this is very important to the human service realm, and I hope that you will have some good takeaways from this class, even though it may not sound the most exciting as far as the coursework that you've done, okay? As we slide down your course syllabus, the evaluation measures. So your exams, which there are 2 in this course, are worth 40% of your grade. Your research paper is going to be worth 15% of your grade. That is your policy analysis brief. Your group project, yes, you're going to be in a group project. If you haven't already seen the email, please connect to your group mates. Your summative proposal that you're going to work on and the different parts to that are worth 35% of your grade. And then kind of everything else, right? The discussion board, your vignettes, all of that falls into the 10% formative part of your grade, okay? And then you can read this at your leisure. It just tells you more about what you'll be learning and doing here. So we're going to go back again to our Mod 0. We're going to scroll down. And you can click this for the whole, to see all of the HMS, the Human Services policies that we have, but just an overview of your course expectations. This is a fast-paced course. We have a lot going on. You have individual assignments and you have a group assignment, and it's all asynchronous, as well as your responsibilities to home and other classes. So it's very important to stay on step. You want to stay up to date on this information and be getting things done in a timely manner. The most effective way to communicate with me is via email. Usually I respond to emails within 24 hours in a work week. Give me 48 just to be sure. But if you haven't heard from me and you think maybe I've forgotten it, you can always call the office phone listed on my contact information, or you can call or text on the Google Voice. The course material, you will need your textbook for this course. As you can see, it's listed there. There's a link to the bookstore if you need it. So late work, most of the assignments you will find have a due date and then an end date. The due date is when it's due. If you turn it in after that, between the due date and the end date, you're going to get 15% deducted. But sometimes it's better, right, to have the deduction than have a 0. So please understand that if you turn in the assignment during that grace period, you will have points deducted, but I will accept it. One thing that I did last semester that worked really well, and I think I am going to continue it this semester. I do have a one-time, for the course, life happens policy, where if you reach out to me, you can submit an assignment within that grace period, one assignment within that grace period. Doesn't count for group projects, but one individual assignment within the grace period, and I will not deduct late points. But you have to let me know. You have to send me an email and say, hey, life happened, here it is. Can I please use this as my one-time pass? So let's say you are bebopping through the class and you don't need that one-time pass. If you don't need that one-time pass or don't use it, then I will add 10 points to your lowest quiz grade. Now that can be very impactful, especially given that the quizzes, the 2 quizzes are 40% of your grade. So think about that and, act accordingly to what's best for you, particularly if some of us struggle with taking tests or having test anxiety. So that's an option for you. So you either use the one-time pass or you can have 10 points added to your lowest quiz grade. I try to return feedback as quickly as I can. Please use the feedback to do your next assignments, because I have an expectation that if I point out something that you're going to change that moving forward, okay? Attendance, this is an online course, so your attendance is going to be monitored by your turning in assignments and getting things in. I spoke about the exams. Again, this is a breakdown of how things will be done. Your discussion post, your original post is due on Thursday. Your responses are due, this should actually say Sunday. Sorry about that. So it looks like it needs a little tweaking there, but you can see on the discussion boards when they open and when they close. If you haven't responded to two classmates, when they close, they close, they don't reopen. So that does not count. You can't have a one-time pass for a discussion board. That only applies to your assignments, okay? All of your work needs to be submitted through D2L. Nothing can be sent in via email. Don't email me any of your work. The discussion boards, it is good. Again, you can watch the video on the discussion boards, but there's two different options for your discussion boards. You can choose to do your discussion boards as a group, as a collective. Now, to do that, everyone must agree to do that. It's all or nothing. So either everyone decides, okay, we're going to sit down at this time and we'll all talk about the discussion board. And what you'll do is you'll videotape yourselves. Everybody will say, hello, my name is, so that I can see everybody clearly on the screen. You'll have a rich discussion about the topic at hand, and then you'll submit one of them. One person will submit for the whole group. In that case, if you do that, you don't need any citations, nothing like that, and you don't need to reply to two other classmates. You just do the video recording and upload it. If everyone in the group does not agree to do it together, then everybody must do an individual discussion board post where you are required to cite your references, reply to two classmates, that sort of thing. The other good thing about doing these discussion boards together is it gives you an opportunity to meet as a group and discuss your group project. So that's how that goes. Now we're moving on. Let's take a look at a schedule. Okay. So I'm going to give your eyes a second to adjust to the schedule. I know it may look a little different, but it does seem to be the easiest way to display what we have going on, okay? So obviously, as you can see over here on the left, this lists the weeks. The next column, module vignettes and assignments that are due. These are your individual assignments, ones that you must do on your own. So your class introduction video, that's due on 9/3. Your first vignette will be due on 9/17. And we go all the way down and you'll see there's the vignettes in that first column, your vignettes, okay? Those are all individual assignments. Now in the second box, you're going to see your module group discussions where you can do them as a group or you can do them individually. Everything's going to be due on the Sunday. So this identifying social issues is due on 9/10. The orphan train riders is due on 10/1. And you can see as you go down, those are your discussion posts that you'll do and when they're due. The next column shows your policy analysis brief. Again, there's a video with more detail about how to do that. The basic gist of your policy analysis brief is that you're going to pick a topic that you're passionate about: homelessness, abortion rights, the environment, gun laws, whatever that might be for you. And you're going to look up on the Delaware State Legislation website, and you're going to find a law that pertains to your particular passion. You're going to use that law to write up a policy analysis brief where you explain the policy, tell me why it's important, the strengths and weaknesses of it, and then your recommendations. This is going to be a brief, no more than 3-page paper, because the idea is for you to send it to a legislator or someone who doesn't have a lot of time, but you want to persuade them to implement your ideas into the legislation and bill. There's no time frame. You can pick any bill that you want that's listed on there. No date constriction at all, and you can use that. Again, there'll be more information to that in the policy analysis brief, but your first step that you'll do that's due 9/17 is you'll complete a research worksheet. And there's step-by-step instructions on how to do that too. You're going to find research, scholarly research that supports your topic, and you're going to identify those 3 sources and talk about them a little bit, why you know they're relevant, things like that. And that's going to be the basis for your policy analysis brief. So after 9/17, you're going to have your references ready that you need to do it. Then you're going to complete a draft and turn that in by 10/15. Now, by draft, I don't mean this is the policy and tell me I'm going to add in these, I'm going to add strengths later, I'm going to add weaknesses later. My expectation is that you do the entire policy analysis brief as if it were your final draft. Then you will turn it in, I will give you feedback, and then you can turn in a final draft so long as you make any corrections that I suggest to the policy analysis brief draft. You'll obviously get 100 on the final, but that is given that you actually write the whole policy brief for the draft. Don't do anything like, quote, insert here, that you will insert information. I want to see the whole thing. Okay, so that takes us through, again, our individual assignments, our discussion posts that can be individual or that can be done as a group. Highly recommend doing them as a group if you can. We've talked about the policy analysis brief. Now we're going to talk about the due dates for the group proposal and assignment. The first due date is 9/10. This is your community partner contact and topic selection. So before 9/10, you as a group need to come together and decide what agency you work with. This gets a little confusing because this assignment is actually done in the discussion post. So this discussion is required that everybody be there for. So before this date, you're going to come together and you're going to pick an agency that you want to partner with to do your project. Most of the time, somebody in the group is doing their internship, so they choose an internship placement, or they choose an agency that they work with maybe, or that they're very familiar with. They know the contacts there, so that they can get feedback and have communication with the agency, because you're going to need that throughout the process. So once you decide what agency you're going to use, you need to contact that agency, explain the project, what you need to do, ask if someone there can assist you with it, and then you'll be ready to move forward. I sent out an email that has a template that you can use to kind of explain the project to potential agencies, and it clearly states what you would need from them to complete it. Now, because of COVID, you can't actually complete any projects. So this is basically the idea of this group project, is that you are going to hand your agency a present that all they have to do is unwrap the bow, and out will come a whole plan for them to implement something that will help an underserved population, a new initiative that they want to start, whatever it is that your agency most needs, that's what you're going to focus on. So again, the first part of that is picking the agency, meeting with that agency. So what you're going to turn in on 9/10 is your recorded meeting with someone from the agency and all group members discussing the agency's needs. Again, you'll see more details about that on the actual assignment, but that is due by 9/10. Your part 1 is your proposal. That is due on 10/8. That is a written paper, and it's templated out for you. Part 2 is due on 11/5. That is another templated paper. This is you take the proposal, you give it to the agency, you get their feedback, then you write how you're going to implement this plan. After you implement it, you give it back to your agency, let them read it, see what they think, get their feedback, and then you move on to part 3, which is evaluation. That templated paper is due on 12/3. Part 3 has a couple parts to it. There's part 3, the paper. There's part 3, the presentation. After you complete part 3, you're going to develop a presentation. Most students use a PowerPoint, and you're going to all meet as a group collectively, and you're going to record your presentation and upload it. there's more details on the actual assignment, but everyone is required to be there. And this cannot be something that is read directly from the paper. I've already read your papers. I don't want to just hear the paper again. And I don't want this read directly off of a PowerPoint. This should be more a conversation. You should be able to tell me what happened in your process and what was going on versus reading it off there. And that does count. You can see it in the rubric as points, whether it's read or it's just delivered. The last part of your presentation is the SLOA group evaluation form. In the SLOA group evaluation form, you will take a few moments to talk about your group process, how that went for you, and identify the barriers and the strengths of your group and how you might do things differently. When you work in the field of human services, at some point, you're going to be tasked with working in a group. And this is a great experience for you to practice that. Remember, this is not about our personalities or being friends. This is about us professionally coming together to meet a need for an agency and work on a project. So it's about the population we're serving, not about ourselves. And when we do this group evaluation, we should be honest, but kind and professional about everybody's input and how the group process went. So that takes care of us in that column. Finally, our last column are our module quizzes. The first quiz you have is on 9.3. That's actually going to be a quiz that you do about the course intro, just to make sure that you've reviewed all the policies and you're able to answer that. The course intro, along with the class introduction video, also serve as a solidifies you in the class that you plan to participate so that you wouldn't be automatically dropped. So it's very important that those two assignments are done and in on time. Then you can see you have a midterm exam that's chapters 1 through 7. That's going to be open on 10/15 and it'll close on 10/22. The quizzes are only open for a week. When they close, they close. You cannot ask for a quiz to be reopened. That does not count as a one-time pass. Again, only assignments count for that. And then your final exam will open on 11/26 and close on 12/3. Very important dates for you. Okay. Sorry, let me go back to sharing my screen. Share that again. I'm going to go back to module 0, start here. Still working through the course. Orientation pieces. Okay. Here you can see your course introduction quiz and your discussion post to introduce yourself. Okay. Talks about the things you should address in that. Lights, camera, action. Make sure your camera is on. Okay. Below this, you will see some Delaware Tech Handbook, virtual support, preparing for online class, just some resources. If you need it, it's there. And then you can find all of the other instruction videos on discussion posts and vignettes, the group assignment, the policy analysis brief here in this video instruction folder. You can also find it, right here along the left, that's also all the video instructions are in there, okay? You will see also there's some resources in here. There's writing supports, library resources. You will be able to look through those resources and get help if you need it. The writing support, the Writing Center is there for you. Please reach out. This class is heavy on APA. And APA definitely counts in the assignments and things. So make sure you're making corrections to your APA things as you see fit. As you get your feedback from other assignments, use that moving forward and use the supports like the Writing Center that is there for you. That takes us through that, help with online courses, your videos. Okay, next we're going to talk about the policy analysis brief. This is the piece of legislation that you're going to look at and analyze. This is a little bit of information on this page about policy analysis in general. It talks about programming needs. It talks about policy analysis from the perspective of a program, but we're going to use that. We're going to use the tenets, the ideas in here with a piece of legislation. Okay. So steps for the policy analysis brief are written out for you. There's a policy analysis brief video. There's also a really great video. Dr. Hudson did it a while back, and I'm not going to redo it because hers is done so well to talk you through this library research worksheet. Okay, it'd be really, I really encourage you to watch that. It will really help you to have a good understanding of that. Help you complete the project a lot quicker and a lot more painless, right? So here's the policy analysis brief worksheet. Again, here's your directions. There's a link to the legislative site that you're going to use to find your law. When you talk about your law, when you cite your law, to make life easy, you're not going to cite it through Delaware legislation. You're going to use whoever submitted the law. Like if it was Representative Cook, you're going to use Cook, and let's say they presented the law in 2019, you'll use Cook 2019 and then the name of the legislator on your reference page, and you'll use Cook 2019 in your paper as an in-text citation. Again, that's explained more thoroughly in the videos, but just to give you a heads up, you don't have to worry about how to cite Delaware legislator. We're going to make it easy and just use the legislator who proposed the bill. You just have to use the main one. You don't have to use any more. Just going to make that a little easier, okay? Then here's the directions for your policy analysis brief. When you come down here, I just really want to encourage you to use what's given here. These are your headings. So when you do your policy analysis brief, you're going to have an introduction, right? And then you're going to have each of these, just put these as headings, description of the problem, and then talk about the problem. Give me some stats. Why is it so important that we address? For example, let's say you picked homelessness. Here you're going to give me stats and research of why is addressing homelessness important, specifically in Delaware. Then your next heading is going to be description of the policy. And you're going to tell me how it works, the history of the policy, tell me about the policy. Your next heading is going to be presentation and analysis, or you can call it strengths and weaknesses, either way. And you're going to tell me about the strengths, you're going to tell me about the weaknesses, and you're going to cite sources that support your opinions of why those are two strengths of the policy and two weaknesses of the policy. Then your next heading is going to be presentation and justification, or you can just use recommendations. Either way is fine. Here, you're going to give two recommendations that you would suggest for the policy. And you're going to cite your sources. Why do you think those would be good recommendations? And then you're going to finish it up with a conclusion, and that'll be your policy analysis brief draft. You'll turn it in, APA counts, all of those things. Then I will give you feedback. You can make the suggested changes if there are any, and you can resubmit the final draft, and that'll be that. Underneath here, you see some examples of policy analysis brief. There's a template for you. There's a rubric, even though it says spring 2021, that's still the appropriate rubric. So look at those things and before you do it so that you have a good footing, okay? And then you'll turn in your final policy analysis brief. Here's a great resource to this, what I was looking for, this persuasive writing. This is considered a persuasive paper. So it should be brief, to the point, and persuasive to your audience. So take a look at those resources for a little bit of guidance there, but they're there for, okay? So now that we've talked about the policy analysis brief, here's going to be more supports. There's those supports if you need them. It's another place you can find them. Now let's talk about the group project. Here's your group project. This talks about what you're going to do. You can read this obviously on your own. going to get down here again. The partner contact and topic selection due by 9/10 is going to be one person's going to upload that into the discussion post area designated for that. And it's going to include all group members and your partner. And here are some starting points for you to ask, and then you can add to it as you feel necessary. Then part 1, the written paper is due on 10/18. Part 2, implementation with feedback from your partner agency, 11/5. And then the evaluation is due on 12/3 with, again, more feedback from your partner agency. Your presentation, your recorded presentation will be due on 12/7. And then your group evaluations will also be due on 12/7. So that's the time frame, and that's where you can find all the information together about your group project. We can take a look at the exams. As you see, you'll have a midterm and you'll have a final exam. I do have a study guide in there for you to take a look at that. Again, ignore this Zoom link for virtual office hours. Sorry about that. Well, it's actually, that's the same link for when I have virtual office hours. But during the summer, I did it a little different. So you can use that as the link, but just let me know if you want to meet so that I can make sure I set aside the time for you. As you can see, look, I need to change that too. It's a good thing about going through it. Your test, your midterm will open on 10/22 and will open on 10/15 and will close on 10/22. And then your final exam will open on 11/26 and will close on 12/3. Again, once the exams close, they cannot be reopened, and they are not subject to one of the free passes, if you will. So that's your exams. And let's go ahead and take a look at the module 1. So you can kind of get a handle on how the modules are set up. So module 1 covers chapters 1, 2, and 3. Slide down here, lots of good information in here for you. Here's your to-do list of the things that are going to be due while you're in module 1. Goes through, talks through each chapter. It's about what you should do. In here, you will find some PowerPoint videos if you'd like to see. It's not always me, but there are different videos in some of them. You will find your PowerPoint, other class supports. This is great, especially for like if you're doing one of your vignettes. It's a lot of support in each chapter is listed out, and there's some videos that you can use, some audio, some web pages, some things that you can use to support your positions already there for you if you choose to use it. Back to module 1 again. So your PowerPoints. There's the National Association of Social Work Code of Ethics link that you'll use to complete your first vignette. And make sure you cite that when you use it also. And see again, each chapter will have these supports listed there for you that can help you. Sorry. Back here. little too far. Okay, actually, put this out. It's not something you'll have to do this semester. All right, we got that updated. And then at the bottom here in each module, you will see all of the assignments. Again, you're introducing yourself, your course intro quiz, your vignette on clinical and macro social work, which you'll use the National Association of Social Work Ethics to complete. Policy analysis brief worksheet will be due during module one, identifying social problems, which is your discussion post that you can choose to do together collectively as a group or individually if the group cannot have a group consensus to do it together, and then your community partner contact. So that's kind of the setup of each module as you go through. Module 2, Module 3, Module 4, and you also get a really good idea here of what we'll be talking about in the course, right? So we got some social welfare history and policy. We have impact on individuals and families. We talk about early education as well as higher education. In Mod 4, we talk about criminal justice and the environment and immigration. In Mod 5, employment, health, housing, and homelessness. So there's another idea of some of the topics that we will be discussing. APA, again. So what do I mean by APA in a discussion post, let's say? I don't expect you to have a title page in a discussion post, but I do expect that if you use references, you use in-text citations to reference that, as well as a list of your references that you used. For your vignettes, same thing. There is an expectation that you will have a cover page, that you will have your references, that you will have all the APA things, in-text citation, it'll be the correct font, it'll be double spaced, all of those things count. If you need help, please reach out. The Writing Center is a great support to help you with your APA. You can email your papers to them as long as you do it beforehand, and they can kind of help you with that too. So if you need the extra support with writing, it is a great idea to go ahead and get it done, okay? Each vignette also will ask a question about what is the impact of race and class maybe on this particular assignment. Let's take a look at one so we can see it while I'm talking about it. Might be the easiest. Let's pull up your vignette on clinical and macro social work as partners for change. This is your first vignette. Take a look at the assignment. Okay, you're going to read this about Julian and Jean and hear their different perspectives of how they work together. And then you're going to answer these questions. How do Marianne and Julian's responses differ? How does each response comply or contradict with the National Association of Social Work Code of Ethics, which you're using that, so you're going to have to reference it in text and at the end. Propose 2 examples of how Marianne and Julian might work together, and what role might race, class, gender. This is the one I was talking about. At the end of every vignette, you're going to see the same question. Please don't put, it doesn't apply in this situation. Imagine, think through the different things. In this particular example, the student is a boy. Does that mean anything? Might it be different if he was a girl? Might it be different if they come from a high socioeconomic bracket or a low socioeconomic bracket? What factors are there and how might that play into there? Each vignette will have that. Please formulate some response more than just it doesn't apply here. Okay, think it through, think about it. And again, you're going to use all of your APA stuff in here. But see, this is the best, when you do this, make this a heading. Make your first heading, how did Marianne and Julian's responses differ? Or just differing responses, something you can make it shorter, but there's your heading. I need to have a heading and then the information so I can see clearly what it is. You don't want to leave anything for chance. If I have to read through it and pick and choose where you're answering each thing, I might miss something. But if you give me a heading that says responses differ and then the information, I know exactly where to go and find the information and make sure you have all the pieces that you need to get the highest grade possible. So how does each response comply or contradict with the National Association of Social Work Code of Ethics? Put compliance and contradiction with Code of Ethics, or write the whole thing out as your heading. Either way is fine. Then put that information. 2 examples of how Marianne and Julian might work together, right? 2 examples for cooperation. That might be your heading, your title of your heading, or you can use the whole thing as a title for your heading, but make sure you have the heading and then your response. So that is the expectation for your vignettes. Each section that you're supposed to answer, that will be your title heading or something very similar so that I know that that's the information. Heading, information, heading, information, heading, information, heading, information, being sure to thoroughly answer each heading, okay? All right, so I think that concludes everything that I really wanted to go over with you in general. Again, there are other videos that you can take a look at that are specific to the assignments and even areas of the assignment. Please reach out if you have any questions. I totally understand that this can be a difficult class, but I do want you to be successful. Also be aware that Turnitin, the plagiarism detection is turned on for all of the assignments. You have access to that though. So after when you turn in an assignment, take a look at your percentage and also take a look at your AI generator part. AI has a role in helping us, but it cannot do all of the work for us. And if those numbers are high, you could potentially face some decrease in your grade or even possibly a 0. If I see those AI numbers really high, we're going to have a conversation. So please, check your email, particularly as you're doing your first couple assignments, to see any feedback or if we need to meet to discuss anything and see how things are going. It is not appropriate to have AI do all of your work, no more than it's appropriate to use people's information and not give them credit where credit is due, and not do your best to paraphrase. Your papers, your vignettes should not be a bunch of just quotes right out of information. You should be able to read the information, paraphrase it in your own way, and then cite it appropriately. Again, I'm here for you if you need any help. Let's just make it as smooth as possible and get through it, right? One and done. We take this course once and then we want to be able to move on to graduate or whatever else it is we have going on. I appreciate your time and I look forward to working with each and every one of you individually and in your groups. Thank you. One last thing, in your group, the communication. I sent that in the email too, that you need to show your group communication. I made a discussion post for you that you can do it that way, or you can do it through an email thread where I'm CC'd. It's very important that you're communicating consistently throughout the course of where you are and what needs to be done next with that group project. Okay, now I'm done. Have a great day. And again, I just look forward to working with each and every one of you.